Hi everyone, I'm just doing a quick review of the new Eflite Edge 540 QQ 280 Bind and Fly Basic signed by World Aerobatic Champion Kike Samzini. I'm just going to run over some of the specifications of the model. Wingspan is 660mm. Overall length is 612mm. The wing area is 162 square inches. The motor size is a Park 280 size pre-installed motor. The radio 4-channel is required for the model, so I recommend anything above a 60 SI to fly the model. Servos are 4 3.5 gram digital servos, which are pre-installed again. The colour scheme is quite striking. It's a green, purple and silver colour scheme, which is very easy to see in the sky. I can just turn the model inverted. You can clearly see the 4 servos, 2 in the wing and 2 in the tail. These again are 3.5 gram digital servos. They are very, very smooth, very silky, and provide excellent precision for precision aerobatics. The landing gear is a spring wire landing gear, which is covered by plastic spats and plates. The landing gear wheels itself are large enough to take off from short grass and are perfect on tarmac or any hard surfaces. The colour scheme again is very striking from the bottom, very easy to see in dull conditions. Just want to talk about the control surfaces and the wing build-up. The control surfaces on the plane are very, very large. They provide great control and extreme wild aerobatics. They also make the model very easy to control in small spaces. The wing build-up itself, the wings are in 2 halves, connected by a central carbon fibre spar. The wings are attached to the fuselage by 2 bolts on one in either wing, which is connected to a plastic rod which protrudes from inside the fuselage. The wing build-up itself, each wing is in 2 halves, which is sandwiched together. Internally in the wing there is ribs made of foam with carbon fibre strips for reinforcement. The wings are very, very strong and do not flex at all in flight. In a manoeuvre called a parachute, which is a full power dive and pull up to the strength of a flight, the wings held together very well, and hardly any flex at all in the wings in that manoeuvre. After taking off the bottom cover to reveal the receiver, we can see a Spectrum AR6310 receiver. This is a 6-channel receiver. The aileron servos are just wide for the moment from the supplied wide lead, but can be connected into separate channels if desired. Just right here we can see the cover that's just been come off. Either side we can just see each screw that holds on each wing panel. For binding, there's a bind pin, or 2 pins should I say, sorry, that have to be shorted out when binding the receiver. So unlike usual Spectrum receivers with a bind plug, this one works by shorting out 2 pins by using a screwdriver or pliers, and that works as your bind plug. Very simple but tricky to do when you're trying to connect battery, short out the pins and hold the button on your transmitter and bind button. Turning the model back upright, we can take off the canopy hatch. This is the location for the battery. The battery I'm using is a 3-cell 11.1 volt 400 milliamp battery. Eflite recommend between a 450 and 500 milliamp battery. I found flying the model that was slightly tail heavy for this battery because it's slightly less milliamp, so it's lighter. But the model flies fine with it and actually provides a better aerobatic experience with a lighter pack. The pack itself is 25C discharge, which is perfect to set up. It's not recommended to go below 25C discharge. The speed controller itself is a 10 amp speed controller by Eflite, and this also provides power to the servos. The canopy hatch itself is held on by magnets and 2 pins at the rear. The radio I'm going to be using with the Edge 540 is the Spectrum DX8 with the DSMX technology. This bound straight away to the receiver and no problems. There was no throttle curve or anything to set up with the motor, and the motor runs off a linear setup. I did use the recommended settings in the manual to set up the rates and expo, and this provided the right amount of throw and expo needed to fly the model comfortably. Today I flew the model in roughly around a 10km wind and handled the wind absolutely no problem at all. The model hovers around half throttle with the battery setup I'm using, and the punch out rate of the motor is incredible, and it climbs very, very, very fast. That wraps up the unboxing on the new Edge 540 QQ 280 Bindify Basic by Eflite. You can get these models on modelhelisurfaces.com. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy your Edge 540 QQ, just as I have.